Geography and Idol Worship, a Dvar Torah for Parashat Vayigash. During the story of the descent of Yaakov's family to Egypt is a verse which is usually read quickly and immediately forgotten in the depth of the greater saga of Yosef and his brothers. When Yosef is about to introduce his brothers to Pharaoh, he tells them that if they want to dwell in the land of Goshen, they must tell Pharaoh that they are shepherds, since all shepherds are an abomination to Egypt. I'd like to try to establish the meaning of the word to'eva, abomination, and figure out why the Egyptians considered shepherds to be them. Rashi explains, all shepherds are an abomination to the Egyptians, for they are their deity. This is a derogatory term for Avoda Zara, as seen in the Talmud. To'eva to'e ataba, you are mistaken through it. Rabbi Shabtai Bass explains Rashi in two contradictory ways. First, that the Egyptians despise shepherds, since by spending so much time with sheep, they know how stupid they are and how ridiculous it is to worship them, or they really appreciate those who take care of their idols, and therefore they'll give them the most fertile land. Ibn Ezra says that the Egyptians were vegan. They wouldn't allow shepherds to live among them because shepherds drink the sheep's milk, which the Egyptians find repulsive. Both Rashi and Ibn Ezra's commentary works well with the Egyptian geography. As every elementary school student in Israel learns, the geography of Egypt causes the vast majority of the population to live on a minor percentage of the country's territory. This is because the only fertile soil in Egypt is along the banks of the Nile and the delta that empties into the Mediterranean Sea. A country with only a single water source has to prioritize its uses, and raising sheep is probably not high on the list for a farming culture because the sheep tend to ignore the fact that the crops aren't meant for them and destroy fields. But the psukim do raise some difficulties. Later, it seems that although the brothers define themselves as shepherds, thus causing Pharaoh to house them in Goshen, Pharaoh does tell Yosef to check whether there are among his brothers Anshei Chayil, meaning strong men, to make them masters of his livestock, thus turning those who raise livestock into something positive, Anshei Chayil, and showing that even Pharaoh himself has a herd. Ibn Ezra gives two possible explanations for the existence of shepherds in Egypt. The first actually makes them cowboys, meaning there were no sheep, only cattle. An expert once explained to me the significance of this fact by saying that sheep live in flocks, and if one lamb enters a field, it will immediately be followed by hundreds more. The poor field doesn't stand a chance and will be devoured within seconds. Cows, horses, and donkeys, on the other hand, act as individuals, allowing the vigilant farmer time to save his crops. Another possibility is that there were small herds meant for pack animals, plowing and wool, but since they weren't used for food, the herds were smaller, and therefore damage control was simpler. Geography is also on the side of why the Egyptians considered sheep to be deities. There is a human tendency to worship that which is lacking. The Talmud tells us that the desert dwellers worship water, and those who live at sea worship fire, since that's what they're missing. This is why Egyptians who can't raise sheep worship them. Rav Sharki says that this theory is also the reason why Am Yisrael worship Hashem Echad, one, since what they actually lack is achdut, unity. I personally enjoyed the combination of geography and commentary and hope you did as well. And if you actually did, then you're more than welcome to subscribe to my channel, pass it on to someone else you think might enjoy it, and press the like button. I am Jovi Holtz, one who loves Tanakh.